Let's see here. Yo, everybody. What's happening? Hopefully, everybody can hear me. Welcome, and got my buddy over here, Melted Mess
What's up,
James.
everyone? Brick Love.
What is happening? And you're sounding fine, James. We were in backstage. He was echoing. Are you still echoing?
I am on my side.
All right. Can anybody else hear James echoing? Because I can't.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
Yeah, I don't hear it. Let's see. Let's do this.
As long as no one hears it, that's going to be great. Jamie hears an echo. Timothy hears an echo.
Let me do one thing.
Curtis 47, what's up? Flat reflection. Curtis 47. Runaway sailing. Jeannie, what's up? Brick Love. Sorry about the echo, people.
So it's coming through echoing on your end. It seems like.
Yeah, I only hear it on my end. I don't hear it from you.
Like through YouTube, it's not echoing my voice, but it's echoing your voice for some reason.
And I have literally everything off.
But I can't hear it through the computer. Like you're not echoing at all.
Strange.
Let's see.
Strange.
Dang. Yeah. I don't know what else to do really, except for. I mean, I don't know if rebooting would be if that would help on your end. What do you think?
I could try that.
Yeah, just maybe just try that and then come back and then we'll just roll with it.
All right, let me go ahead and bounce out of here, you guys, and I will try back.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, sorry everybody. We're trying to get this situated, and I don't want James to be echoing. Just always an issue, right, with this tech shit. Let's do this real quick. Sorry guys, I'm just doing some stuff. I'll get to talking here in just a second. I'm just trying to do a few things because we want to hear James. We want to hear him talk. They don't want to have to. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming by. And hopefully when James gets back, maybe he won't echo so much. Let me get to these comments. Anyway, yeah, what's up, Freya? Guys, back at Greenie. Oopsie echo. Yeah. Yeah, it's really weird that I'm clear and he's not, because I can hear him clear through my computer, but for you guys, you're hearing that echo. I don't know what's going on. Kairos. Just going back to the chat here. Benny Boy. Yeah. It makes you just not want to do this kind of stuff sometimes. Petrification. So anyway, we're going to, once James gets back, I might start before that, but I'm going to play. I've got a couple of videos I'm just going to play. Let's see, here he is. Keep our fingers crossed, right?
Keep them crossed.
Keep them crossed.
Nada.
Still echoing, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I've tried everything. I don't know what to do here. Anybody got?
I came through Facebook. I can't come directly through StreamYard, huh? I click on StreamYard, it goes to my account. I don't see how I can get to you.
So did you go to message?
I just click the link from Facebook.
So did you go to Messenger and click the link, or?
Yeah.
I don't know. Speakers off. What do you mean by that? No, I got some problems. What's speakers off? Iris, what you talking about? Maybe he's saying turn your speakers off, but I mean, I know you're not doing anything that you haven't done before.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what speakers you're talking about. Which ones I can turn off? Because I'd love to turn them off, and that's going to help.
Niece, it's a triple echo. Yeah, I don't. Do you have any headphones, James?
I think I do.
That might help if you plug those in and then turn the speakers off.
Let me find them. Give me just a second.
Yeah, man, no hurry. I'll just go ahead and where's that? Speakers off. Yeah, see, I've never even done that actually. So, as far as the headphones, been thinking about it, but everything's been working out on my end usually. Might need noise cancellation setting.
See if this cord's even long enough.
Yeah, I mean, you're just talking through your computer, right, James? I mean,
these are Wi-Fi, but you gotta hook the cord up. Okay. Nope, still going. So what else? Turn off.
yeah, it keeps saying turn the speakers off, but
Speakers to what?
I'm not. I guess you're. Let's see. Speakers through the computer.
My computer speakers?
I guess, but that's what you're talking through. So.
Yeah. Testing. Still doing it, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
I can't tell. Is it?
Yeah.
But how will we hear more? They're saying turn my speakers off? Let's do this. Already done all this. There. Talk now, James.
Testing 1, 2, 3. It's getting a little faint, but it's still there. No, it's still there.
It's still there? Okay. And of course, I got people knocking on my door and shit. I mean, damn. Yeah, just put some headphones on if you can, and just go from there. Or have you already done that?
Yeah, they're on right now. Still the same thing.
Hmm.
Still the same thing.
Well,
I have literally nothing on in the house. I put my phone on airplane mode. TV's off. I don't have any other tabs open.
yeah, like I said, I cannot hear you sound fine through my computer. And I don't have anything on. I mean, I don't know if Toggle the mic said, yeah, Kyrus, I've been doing that, and no matter what I do, he still echoes. It gets worse, actually, I think, when I do this. Say something, James.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Still doing it.
All right, do it again.
Testing 1, 2. Still doing it.
Can you turn your speakers down or use headphones that you're in? Yeah, but I don't have any headphones. I can try to turn mine down. Let's see. Where the hell is it at? I mean, I don't think turning mine down will do anything. Try say something, James.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Still doing it.
Stereo audio. I'm just going through some stuff.
Alternative is there an external webcam or laptop built in? Not sure what that means. Is there an external webcam? I am on my laptop, and I'm using the camera's the laptop's camera. If that's what you're referring to.
Click settings, click the audio, yeah.
Yeah, I did that on mine. It didn't do anything.
Yeah, we've done that.
Echo cancellation is on. Turn it off. Same thing.
Is the sound still coming out of the laptop with your headphones on? I guess so, James.
No. And I just took the headphones off right now, but completely cut off from the when I plug them in.
It completely did what? My bad.
The sound from the computer completely cuts off, goes straight to the headphones.
Right. But still echoing. More sounds like we're hearing an echo from your speaker. So when I talk, everybody, am I echoing?
Not to my computer, you're not.
Speakers are feeding back through his mic. Okay,
I'm gonna put mine on mute and see if you how you sound, Mark.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm not echoing. Let me go in the settings again and just see. Microphone. It's audio. I mean, there's only a couple things I can do on here. This communications microphone array.
Yeah, you sound good. Through my phone.
You're saying I sound good?
Yeah, no echo on your end.
Mute yourself and have James speak for a bit. Okay. I'll do that.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing. I don't hear a feedback. Does anybody else? I do not hear the echo. Testing. Echo. Testing. I don't hear the echo now.
Now do it again.
Testing 1 2 3. Now it's there.
So it's okay. So I should just mute myself all the time while you talk.
And I mute when you talk.
Like I don't hear you. Like I don't hear your echo. So somehow it's. Oh wait, they say fix, but you're still hearing an echo, right?
Testing 1 2 3. Yes, there's an echo when I talk with you when you're not muted.
This has never happened. I don't know what that's about at all.
There's always something with these guys.
Man. I don't know, man. It's playing. Let's just. You're saying it's playing my voice and his mic? But you're just hearing yourself, right, James? Echoing?
Yeah, when I talk, I hear a second time. Giving that reverb or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Need to ride the mute button, just unmute when, yeah. I'm just going to do that. I'm just gonna mute. It's gonna be a little weird stream, but I'll. Damn. Anyway, James is here. I'm gonna start this shit. And
well, when you want to say something, Mark, you just chime in, and I just won't talk, and you just talk, and then you can mute it back again.
That's what I'm gonna have to do. All right. So I'm gonna play this. Hold on real quick. No, it's not. Let's see here. All right, I'll just try to mute back and forth. The only thing I can do. So not gonna be able to, I'm not muted now. Catch the chat too much, but anyway. So this is a few clips, Pockets of Survival channel. John, he does a wonderful job of putting these all together, and so check his channel out. I'm gonna let this roll, and it was supposed to be James and I just shooting the shit, but we can still do that. But we'll just go back and forth, and you just have to pay attention to when I mute, I guess, James.
Gotcha.
Basically, James is going to be showing just about everything. I just wanted to run through this, and this just got me baffled as far as this sound thing. So it's weird how when I mute, it's just feeding back through your computer somehow. But
it's always something.
Anyway. This whole place is cooked. How about that? Really, what I want to say too is James. I mean, he's an old school OG. Been doing this a long time. I guess I can say I have too. Really wanted to have him on here again. Missed him, and really wanted to just chat and just go through some of the stuff, and then obviously James's stuff that he puts on Facebook on different groups all the time. And this has complicated things a little bit, but no worries.
Appreciate you having me on.
Thank you for coming, man.
My pleasure, always.
Yeah, this is going to be the weirdest stream ever. It's like old time, you got to click the button every time you got to talk or don't talk. Yeah, man, I don't see any division really. I mean, that's just, I don't see any division.
Me either.
For me, I mean, it's, I don't have time to do what I used to do as far as going streams all the time every day and stuff like that.
It takes its toll.
What's that?
It takes its toll. It takes away a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a lot of time. Like you see, I've only do the live streams maybe once a month or twice a month. I'd much rather do videos and stuff like that, like I've been doing and how I started doing. I appreciate, we had fun. I appreciate everything Spartan and Dean do over there, and always love them and everything. It's not, it's not division as far as on our end or my end at least. I'm just kind of just doing my own thing, It's all I got time for, really, you know. And every now and then I'll get on somebody else's stream, but
it caused a lot of growth, which is great.
Yes, that's the main point. I mean, everybody went their own way, and then there's more people out there coming out with this stuff and sharing it. And that was the whole point for me too, and everyone I know. I mean, it's about sharing, and it's about expanding out.
Yeah, expanding this meltology, and it has grown expeditiously in the last few years. I mean, it is jumping.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hands on the ground, break love.
Got some good. I'm sorry. Go ahead, James.
Oh, I just shout out to Pants on the Ground. Break love to you, brother.
Yeah, if you're just getting here, I'm having to mute so James won't echo. But where you been, Pants on? Hadn't seen you put a video up in a while, so. Again, thanks everybody for being here and going through this stupid tech situation. Nice, Mark. Nice. Anyway, we're just going through here through John's videos, just a collection of them. He does such a great job. He needs more subs, so sub him. I've got his. Well, no, I don't actually. I need to post his link, but where are you at, Curtis? Curtis is good at that. The Pockets of Survival channel on YouTube. That's what all these images are from. He puts together. Got all this tech everywhere. Cooked and fried, like this whole realm.
Yeah.
I want to talk back and forth, James.
I'm enjoying the video, so.
I know. Anyway, we'll just do what we can. Yeah, his videos are really good. Nice and short too. Now here's some pictures. This is actually a picture I took a while back. Just a big ball. This is pre-recorded. It's just gonna fly through. There's some of these I think were from James through the months or years, whatever. Just random pictures actually.
Bricks doing tricks.
Yeah, all that in there. Yeah, you're not going to put bricks on a column, on a natural column. A good deal. Appreciate it for John's channel. Yes, we live in a clown world. Survivors of it. Yeah, look at this. I mean, you're not gonna do that right on the mountain.
That's down here in Laguna Beach area, towards me. I think that's Laguna Beach.
Yeah, it is, I think. Yep. Just some bricks in the mountain there. The natural rock, supposed.
Yeah. And look at that elephant skin up there at the top of that melted mess. Jeez. Oh, look at that.
I can't remember who posted this a while back, but put this. It's on a garbage can. Just incredible brick melt right there.
Jeez.
There, there's a shot of India's moon landing.
Of course it's real. I saw it on TV.
Yeah, exactly. One of those natural bridges right there. I think that might be in Kentucky, but it's plain as day. Yeah, that's how I imagine them. Here's obvious right here. This whole place was cooked. There's no natural rock. It's all building, in my opinion.
Look at the size of those houses.
Archways everywhere. How'd that get in there? All right.
Nice stuff.
Anyway, that was just really supposed to be just while we chatted back and forth. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let James get into what he wants to get into, and then I'm just going to mute myself, and then every now and then, if he's paused or whatever, I might come back and start talking. So we don't really know what else to do right now. So as far as the echo.
Exactly, huh? All right. No echo, no echo. Okay, Mark is on mute. What's up, everyone? Once again, Mark, thanks for having me on. It's always great to hang out with the crew, the original crew. Everyone out there doing the doing meltology. Brick love to you. Uncovering the truth one brick at a time. That's what we do. Got a lot of people signing up, joining every day. So the word is out, man. It's legit. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Also, Mark, thanks for allowing me to put my content on your page. Most of my stuff is not boots on the ground, and so for a long time I didn't put stuff in Mark's group because it was like I don't want him to kick it out, because it's not boots. So if you go back, there's very little I was putting on there for a long time, and then when I did start putting, I put 50 pictures on one page and like 20 on Mark's. I don't want to put all this. Although I let everyone else come in, with their picks, but I didn't want to flutter it with a bunch of stuff that's not boots on the ground. So I apologize anybody's out there that's looking for boots on the ground when you come to there. But I like to keep the content going, and as long as he's allowing me to put it on there, I'm gonna keep it coming. So great love, and once again, thanks a lot, Mark. So let me see.
I'll just interrupt you real quick.
You good?
I love for you to put anything you want on there, obviously. I mean, dude, come on. I appreciate that. I noticed that too, and I think Shapu was doing that too. And I just wanted everything on there as far as any kind of meltology or whatever melt. But I think at first people were hesitant of putting stuff on there, but Whoever's in any of the groups or meltology boots on the ground, or just put whatever you want on there as far as towards the melt, as much
Yeah.
as you can. Yeah. But I appreciate it, James.
Big love. All right. Let's jump into some of this evidence real quick, and I'm going to try and go through it fast because a lot of it is going to be of the same sort of evidence until I get about halfway through. So let's see. We said there's a new way of doing this. So let me share the screen. Share screen. Entire screen. Window. Share. Share. I'm just going to turn my phone on real quick just to make sure that I'm on.
Yeah, you're on.
Okay, cool. And I don't have to go through it. All right. And let me hide this little thing down here. Get out the way right there. All right. This is just a quick little rundown. The places that we've been showing throughout the last 6-7 years, huge places in the middle of nowhere. You have to understand what it takes to run these places. So I just did a quick little search. I think this is Windsor Castle. It has approximately 400 staff to run that place. Yeah, what is this one? The White House, approximately 1,800. And this is one of those. What was this?
Hold on, man. You're not. Something's going on. It's not showing your.
Okay, let me back up. Go back over here.
Okay, I think that's. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay. So showing this the infinity window. Well, how come I'm not in? I'm just showing this. Well, how do I get out of this window? That's not showing the pictures from there?
No, I just see the infinity screen.
Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, how come it's not letting me go from here?
Have you shared screen again?
No, I jumped out of it. So let me go ahead and let me try it again. Studio present. Okay. Who is?
Isn't this fun? James will be back. Sorry, everybody. Man, I know how frustrating it is with the tech thing. It's just not working right now. Hey, Jen. Hadn't really been paying attention to the chat, man. Been trying to work this shit out, and man, I was really excited, and I am excited for James being here, and it's just, man, and trying to pay attention to everybody, and it's just, all right, there he is. I'm gonna mute myself.
Yeah, that was it. Oh, button slid over to leave studio. Sorry about that. All right, let's try this again. Okay, entire screen. Okay, share screen. Am I in?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes, I see your pic. I see your pics now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we tried that Jen earlier as far as the headphones. He put headphones on. It was still. I'm not echoing, but he's echoing. I've never had that happen before, and I'm having to mute my mic for him not to echo.
Okay. Sorry about that. Once again, this is what it's taken that they're claiming 491 full-time staffs working over at this place over at Windsor Castle. Approximately 1,800 over at the White House. 800 more over here at this whatever place this was. I can't remember. It was at one of the places over in the UK, and 8 full-time gardeners. The bottom line is when we see these places in the middle of nowhere, you got to understand it takes a full staff, hundreds of people on some of them, because some of these places are larger than the buildings that I'm just naming. So when you're in the middle of nowhere, there's no water, no food, it would be impossible to staff something like that. We know the whole realm was full of buildings at the time. And we just have these pockets of survival. None of it makes sense. I'm gonna run through
Hey James, real quick. Yeah. I'm gonna go try to find some headphones and just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, doke.
All right, man.
I'm gonna run through these real quick because most of them are gonna have the same reference to what we're looking at. When we see this here, we don't see the whole picture. When you put the whole picture, you understand that this has been melted and was all one level. You pull this up. Get up there. And we get to see that the top of the building was up here, melted down, leaving this here, which looks like, these formations we see all over. So we're going to get to these. Back here, the same thing. The meltdown up here with the building melting down, leaving these behind. This here is filled in with all the brick ash. And then we have this here, the rest of the melt. Once again, we see these standing up everywhere, especially in Cappadocia, places like that. And people think that they're in there carving in them, but it was once all flat land, brick melting, causing different things left, pockets of survival. You got an archway down here. This here sunk down, melted, but the rest of the building is melted down here. This is just one piece of it, sort of like I just showed you on the last pic. These here, same thing. The land back here is melted away. In between, you have the gaps in between, and you have pocket of survival with the door, and so on. But everything else has melted away, leaving this piece behind. Same thing here, same thing here. Everything else melted away, shrinking this down, melting down, the melt flow coming down, leaving this behind along with everything else. But at one time, it was all one structure. Same thing going, same thing here. You see the flow going down, the melt going down, separating the building, whatever building this was, and then in the back, the same thing. You just have more of the mass here, and here it's all melted out, leaving these anomalies behind. We're going to tie them all together. Same thing here. The mass building back here still survived, flowing down. In between, pieces are going away, causing balloon rocking, heat differentials, causing these balloon rocking style popping out, bricks popping out, turning into what we call now rock. Same thing here. Nothing strange going on here. It's the same thing. It's just a different frequency coming in. We have piezoelectricity, kind of like when you see now where people will show the demonstration of sound, put a bunch of sand down, hit different frequencies, and different shapes will start to create because depending on the frequency. You change the frequency, all of a sudden you got a hexagon, a square, different frequencies are causing different reactions. Same thing with this here, melted away. You see the brick lines? It's all fused together. That's why it's not tipping over. It's connected to the rest of the building. It's not sitting in sand. It's connected to the rest of the building. Same thing. You got the pieces here. Same thing. They're all fused together. Everything in between is melted away. It's flowing down your river of brick ash, of melt. Same thing here. I'm going to separate that so you see these are all individuals. It's just all stuck together. But when you slide it over, you have what looks like the rest of them. It's the individual. So they're all slipping away. They're all melting. And then you have this. Same thing. Everything's melted in between, leaving this pocket of survival.
1 second, James. I'm back and I'm talking. My wife suggested that I leave, but I don't know if I can leave and the stream will still be here. Does anybody know? Jen, do you know if I exit totally, will James be okay? And then I can come back. I don't really know. But go ahead, James. I'll wait for an answer.
All right. So this is the same thing, except for you have a bigger piece of the building still left behind, the pocket of survival, and you see all these different framework, these columns, whatnot. We know no one builds like this because that would be the hardest way to build. But this is your flow coming down in your pocket of survival. Same thing here. As it's starting to melt, pull away. And I'm going to show you an easy way how I saw all this, just to make it simplified. One picture just stood out.
All right, James, I'm going to exit. I think I can leave and then come back.
Okay, let me turn my phone on so I can see if it's still streaming.
Okay.
Let me turn this, take it off airplane mode.
Now someone says it will end the stream. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, yeah.
Just keep going, man. Sorry.
Okay. Let me put it back on the airplane mode. All right, so I think this was in Puerto Rico or something. I forget where it's at, but it's not Cappadocia, not Puerto Rico, but can't think of it right now. But anyway, it has the same look as Cappadocia. Everything's melted away, but you have this pocket of survival down here. People are still, I think this is a gift shop and something else in here, but they're still touring over here and they have residual money coming in.
All right, James, Jen just said, and she's a professional at this too, so she said I can leave, so I'm going to leave and come back.
Okay. Put this back on. Go here. Let's look at this real quick. Okay, well, I'm still up. Set that right there real quick, guys. All right. So once again, you see that same shape, these same columns inside. They're melting away. Solid structure on top, melting away. You got your sand down here, what's called sand, and the bricks just totally changed shape. Now you see them just pulling apart, melting. Same thing here. All this down below, this pod right here was connected. This pod here, there was all land in between. Whatever building this was, whatever brick this was, whatever it was, could have been a yellow brick road. Whatever it was all brick. It's melted, leaving this piece separate, as if it erected there by itself. But this picture here, actually this picture right here is the one that Shapu posted, because you see the people here You see all these that I just showed you. We just went through these, what these are. All this, we just went through a bunch of pictures. We know what this is. This is the melt. All this here melted away, causing every shape we just looked at prior to this picture. And here's the people here. Here's the building melted away. And this is what's left. You see this pouring on here, the melt on here, the different height over here, everything melting down.
You echoing now?
Yes.
Okay. I might just reboot my computer and then come back because you were still there.
Okay.
All right.
So as everything melts away, you see these pods that you just looked at remaining. And the people down here, how small they are. So these are huge pods we're looking at. And there's the people down here, and this is, I don't know how high this is, but 80 feet up as the building is melting down, leaving this destruction. Everything we see in Cappadocia and all over this realm that looks like this, United States, Romania, it doesn't matter. Oh, wrong button. It's on there twice. Same thing here. Pocket of survival. But look at down here, it's melted away, turning brick ash. All right, so this here symmetrical building, this is something we see in the old world and through meltology, that when something's built, it's built the same way. So you got a tower here, you got a tower here. This is your heat damage, your heat differentials causing these bricks to go block. Probably had a surge of electricity going through because it's the same going across. So you would think that they built like this, but they didn't. This is just the damage because of the piezoelectricity and the fervent heat. Putting a pattern on there and skipping, putting a pattern. So we come here, we expect to see the same thing. The heat damage, brick turned to block, right? Let's go to the next one. Well, look what happened to this one here. We bump that up a little bit. We know this is supposed to be symmetrical, but this end over here, look what happened. Melted, scorched, cooked out. Get away from there. Completely scorched. And look at the rest of the building. You're gonna see this is actually a building over here. This isn't the end of this. This is just part of this. Look at this mess here, cooked out. Show you some more of it. Cooked out over here. You bump it up some. Your pocket of survival, the rest of it, cooked out. Charred and scarred. Looking right here. And up here, your balloon bricks. You can see the brick lines up here. Cooked out, balloon rock. Turn to balloon rock. This is what happens to bricks with the fervent heat. And the piezoelectricity, they expand like a balloon, turning all kind of shapes. There's your doorways, and got another one in here. Just a big mess. But let's keep it going. Same place. And this is what they do when they add on. They make it easy. They don't build like this. They throw something like this on it. They're not crazy, right? Brick lines up there. Let me bump that up for you. You know, the brick lines on this side, balloon rock, brick lines squishing together, smashing down, compressing because of the weight and the heat. Yeah, blow this up a little bit, just so you can get a good visual of what you're looking at here. When you look at this, you can see the brick lines going through, lining up with this here. But when you go to the next picture, This is it right here. You skip it, you miss it. If you're not putting your eye on it, you'll miss it and think this is all one natural formation. But once again, here's that center cutout. Matches right up with this here. Right? Turned into a big balloon rock, and this here just turned into a mess. But at least most people will be able to distinguish this is not natural formation, where they would say this is natural. This is God put it here. We know better. Yeah, God put it there, but it was a bunch of red bricks, if that's what you want to say. Here's
You echoing now, James?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're just gonna have to do the mute thing. I don't know. I rebooted and everything, so sorry, man. Go ahead.
It's all good. It's all good, Mark. Still appreciate being on here. Balloon rock right here, but look, you still got the pocket of survival. The brick line going through. You see the bricks standing out like a sore thumb. The rest of this place is all muffed up, as Jim would say. You see that? This is the building. This is the building. People live in there, or store. I can't remember what this is. And there's your brick right there. Another pocket of survival. Now this picture here, it's kind of intriguing to me. You see it a long time. It's been around. You see this all the time when you start this place. But what's intriguing is this area right here, because you see people right here. So we have to assume it wasn't that damn long ago. The camera they say was built was invented in 1816, something like that, right? So what's intriguing is when I look at this and I look at the next picture, I'm baffled. I'm baffled at all this shit right here. Where did this come from? I'm gonna back it up for you. But where did this shit come from? Now this thing here got to be what, 10,000 pounds, 5,000 pounds, whatever it is. I'm not, what's picking it up. It's baffling to me. And I've looked at this place, and I've looked at so many pictures of this place, and I can't understand where it's coming from. I mean, are we being fucked with or what? What is going on with this picture? And that big ass boulder that's melted into this. I don't have no answers for this picture. Go back. And I've been looking at this picture for 6 years now, or this place. And every time it comes back, I just go, okay, what the fuck is going? Why would they put this here? I mean, that is huge, and it is melted into this. It's all melted into this. So it's one of my pictures that I'm baffled at as far as the time-wise. If it didn't have no people in there, it wouldn't be no problem, but it's really, really fucking with me seeing these people before and then after with the huge balloon rock there. No pocket of survival. A lot of us have seen this place. This is just to point out, make it, because sometimes you skip stuff. If you don't train your eyes to see the right stuff, you will skip it. So the next picture I'm gonna show you makes it easy. Look at this wall right here. You got the stuff on the wall. If you don't look at it right, you will miss it. But what is this doing on this side? See, they'll tell you, oh, someone was bored and put this here. Well, what is this? What is this over here? And this here, I'm gonna go back so you can see this. I'm pointing it out, you follow this line here, this brick line going all the way across. It continues to go across. Blow that up there. Once again, here's the brick on the wall right here, right? And there's the brick line going across, and you can see the outline of the blocking up here that I etched out. I mean, see a lot of stuff like this, and people think they're on. Say no. This, we look at it with different eyes, and we look at the detail, and we find the clues of what's going on, instead of somebody thinking that someone just for the hell of it went and threw this up there, just for the hell of it. Bricks doing tricks. What is it doing down here? No explanation. Geology will never be honest. We see the scorch marks. We see this here ballooning up. The elephant skin, which is nothing more than bricks transitioning. Good old elephant skin. Huge cornerstone. I mean, how many buildings do we have to see with this? I mean, over and over. You see the brick lines coming down, and it is draping over, and then all of a sudden we have this and this and this mess. Oh yeah, brick galore just pouring out. Look at your elephant skin, your heat differentials. You got your archway right here, gone. Apertures everywhere, cooked out. And the bulging at the bottom of it squishing down. And this is the dirt now. It's still part of the building. It's melted and is flowing out. A lot of these places keep going down and down and down before you get to what you call bottom. Once again, how many of these do we have to show before people understand they didn't build like this? I mean, these are like, if not bigger. There's a picture in the group that actually has a person here, and the person's like down to here. It's this thing is big. And this is bigger than what you see at over at the pyramids. And they're wondering how they built the pyramids. But they, shit, this is. If you can move this sucker over here, you can build any pyramid. But you got the same blocking like you do in the pyramid, because once again, it's that piezoelectricity going through, causing the shape, and the shape is dictated by whatever frequency is going out, and it's leaving that shape behind of the bricks and cooking them into a big square, a big block. This one here is topped off a little bit. Same thing, corner, cooked out, expanded. Balloon. See the brick lines going through. You can still see a little bit of brick, beveled out brick shape. All the way up to here before you start to get to what looks like brick. People will say, yeah, that's brick, but we know it was once regular red brick. Same here. Archway right here. You see it right here.
Half archway or quarter archway.
Exactly. This here, the bricks, heat coming from the bottom, cooking out, turning blocks. Bricks turning block. Like we see all the time. Another archway cooked out. Let me zoom on up there, take a look at it. And look what's inside, flowing out. This stuff is heating up and it's expanding, looking for a place to leave. And that's why a lot of times we'll see areas that are bricked in, because it's just the flow coming out of whatever aperture it can, expanding. Here we go again. Who builds like this, right? You look at this, and this doesn't look like anything. They tell you this is natural formation, and someone decided in the middle of the woods to turn it into something. But this is called it. They're referring to this as a castle. These are all apertures that have squished down, closed up. Right? Let's take a peek at it. There's the entranceway. What do you know? To this castle. And the inside is brick. Still, it didn't cook out. I mean, they're cooked, but it's not like the outside. Pocket of survival, cooked out building. But from the other picture, you would think it's just a natural rock, just a rock. One thing you can't tell is where one starts and one finishes. So when we tell them that mountains are melted buildings and you say, no, it's not, well, you have to distinguish what part is the building and where does it end, because it blends right into the ground. So where do you start calling ground and building if it's not of the same? There's the same thing right here, same place. Transitioning right into this so-called rock, moon rock building, hooked out. But you still got your pocket of survival. All this mushed looking brick. Another pocket of survival.
Hell of a place to put a building right there, right?
Man, you talk about no visitors. Hell, you're never home because you don't make it. I was heading home. I turned around. The mule said no. I mean, come on now.
I'll be right back. It'll be a while.
And this whole place was the building at one time. I'm sure this here goes inside of this place somewhere. One of these things have to get inside here. I mean, look at all around you. You really, once again, how many people does it take to maintain this place? You have to think logic. How many people are going to maintain? I mean, you see this building comes all the way down here. You can see the brick one. Just from here on, we got 6 stories, 7 stories, 8 stories. How you have to have a full staff. Just some people can't maintain a 1-bedroom apartment. It's junky, messy all the time. They can't keep up with it. It's too exhausting. So
imagine the dusting, man. The dusting you have to do inside these places.
Really, I mean, and where do people coming from? They're gonna come work with you. Then what? They're never going home. They go home on the weekend. As soon as they get home, they got to turn around and come back to work. As soon as they get to the door, 2-day travel. I mean, absurd. Pocket of survival, middle of nowhere. All right, so this place here is cooked out. And the next picture is actually in the same place as this, just on the other side of the yard. But it's the same design, which is this building. Got the same design, but it's cooked out on this piece, all melted together. They tell you that they carved this from one single rock. Nobody's carving nothing. Not this. No, all cooked out, scorched. And one thing about a lot of these places, that if you're getting into meltology and you have some type of heritage to the building, it's hard for you to let it go. You might say everything else is scorched, but that place is not, because our people built it. It's significant to your people. And, it's just like black people running around saying, oh, we built the pyramids and everything in Africa. Just shut up. We're not going there. No. You don't go there as a meltologist. No, shut up. You sound dumb. You didn't build shit. Your people didn't build shit. Them goddamn pyramids are part of this of this realm, and they were here shit before anybody stepped on this fucking place.
We didn't build anything, man. Nothing.
I don't want to.
Everything was found.
Yes, exactly. So if you're talking to someone and say, "Oh, I've been there before," it's like me telling my mom that space and all that is fake. She tells me, "I've been to space to Cape Canaveral and I saw the rocket." Oh shit! You can't tell her nothing because she spent money and bought a souvenir. So you can't tell her nothing. So those type of people are gonna be hard for them to understand. They'll say, "Yeah, the other shit's melted, but not this because our people built it." Well, I'm sorry. You didn't build it, and this wasn't built like this. This was brick. Nobody's trying to carve a house in the middle of nowhere made out of rock just because. I mean, you got the melted stairs going up. You got the expansion here. You got the brick lines going through. You got the archways going through. Right? But let's take a look. You got the windows, the aperture. Let's take a quick little peek at this place. Right? No one's building this. This is straight up melted building that's been transitioned from what once was red brick. You see the brick lines going through. We see those all the time. Now it looks like a rock. Get up in there. You think someone's building this, doing this? Come on, people. Come on. We know better. We're meltologists. We know better. But those people out there spreading that shit out there with that fake narratives on stuff and these geologists. So this is the other side of this place. You see the pocket of survival up here. Bricks to turn the block, right? But uh-oh. He didn't have to do it. Uh-oh. What is this, people? There we go. The proof is in the pudding. Right?
Fantastic shot, man. Everybody's giving you a lot of love too. Just so
brick love, everyone, brick love. What do we got here, people? Uh-oh. So when they tell us that, we just laugh at them. We just laugh. This is deplorable. It's laughable. Come on. What is this? I mean, we know what it is. This was once a badass pad, but it's been cooked, fried, electrified. Fervent heat coming from the bottom, squishy squish. And this is what we got. Yeah, we know what it is. You can't deny it. Once you see it, you can't deny it unless you're just a shill. I mean, come on. What is this? Who's building like this? Nobody I know. It's dangerous to build like this. You don't know what's going to happen. And some people will see petrified beans and stuff. I don't knock anything like that. That's not my cup of tea. I haven't. It's just too much to do in meltology for me to jump into something else and put my efforts into it and get to it, because you can't just jump into something and say, okay, it is what I see. You have to do some deep diving to really get a grasp of what it is. Otherwise, you just have a little bit of a little bit of information. I've been doing the meltology, since day one, since the professor came out and told us what it was, So I keep my expertise in that. So if there are petrified beings and petrified things, I see what it looks like. I mean, yeah, I can see that does look like what you say it is. But I also know that in meltology, we have a lot of what's called statues, and sometimes they're melted into the building, and sometimes they're not. Sometimes the building may be melted away, and so it looks like, a person or something, because it's a statue. So I don't get in that because it's a whole nother field. But I respect the people who do. I just don't get into it because it's time. We're talking about time consuming just on this. Hell, I haven't done streams in so long. I like to jump on with people because it makes it easier that I don't have to do as much. All I do is get my evidence ready. So, but you do a live stream, you got to be committed for an hour to 5-6 hours. And man, with my little one running around and stuff, it's just that time. I prefer to put it with her. So see, somebody might see an elephant with this, because of this and this. So that's an elephant. Okay, well, I see this. It's a building that's melted down. But it could have been an elephant, but it doesn't mean it was a live elephant. It could have been a statue of an elephant. So just because you see something doesn't mean that it was moving and living. We have all kind of statues that are still relevant to this day, that old world that have been melted, especially when you go to the a lot of those Asian pictures and that culture. You see a lot of elephants and uh, different stuff like that. Very a whole lot of them. So I just don't get into it because it's a lot of extra curriculum to get into.
Yeah, James. I mean, how many old world, whatever, ancient, huge statues do you see that are not damaged that much? And then so you're thinking, or you're having that it looks like and it was alive, or then it turned to stone, but there's thousands and thousands of statues everywhere. They just got melted, and like you're saying, man, I mean, that's all I've seen. That's all you've seen as far as bricks and melt and all that. So there's nowhere else to go, at least for this point, for me, for you, for any of us, looking in this stuff. And there, there's nowhere else to go.
Right.
Right.
And like I said, I'm not saying that stuff, people that are looking into the trees and petri, we're talking about an X factor. And in my vision, anything's possible in the X factor because bricks don't do this, but in the X factor they do. So yeah, trees could have did that in the X factor. They could have turned into petrification. I don't know. I don't indulge in that, but I know about the petrified forest. Yeah, I've seen it. You know, but I'm looking at brickwork or those columns. Um, so, but yeah, I say anything's possible in that X Factor event that we're talking because it's an unnatural event. So why couldn't a tree turn into rock? And especially if we're if we're in some sort of simulation, then in a computer everything's the same. I don't care what you make on screen. If you break down the computer, it's all X's and O's. So no matter what it looks like on the computer, it's basically the same thing. So if we're in some type of uh, program, and I guess everything's made of the same thing because what else are you gonna make it with? It's all fake, right? If that's what it is, a simulation, it's all fake. No different than putting the goggles on, and you're in that simulation. It's all fake in there. Doesn't matter what it looks like. So that stuff could be. I just don't indulge in it. So anybody does, I'm not trying to disrespect you. Keep your work. Hey, we are all looking for the truth. So why would I bug you because you're looking for a different truth? One thing we know, we've been lied to. So whatever you think you see, we know one thing is not what we were told. So we're all heading for the same path.
Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, that's the main thing. You just know that you've been lied to, and
That's it.
do
Why
your
bigger
own
amongst us?
your own
Trying
reality.
to get too as well.
Yeah, I mean, just I applaud anybody. If you can say trees, you can say giants, tides, whatever. At least you know that everything's pretty much bullshit. So
Yeah. And for me, I don't let it in the group. And there's a reason why it doesn't come in the group because the group is melted buildings. They have groups for titans. And I had to tell this to another guy that was in the group, and he was mad because I wouldn't show his stuff. I said, man, look, you don't go into a religious group that's preaching Jesus and talking about Muhammad. You're in the wrong place, dude. Why would you do that? You're gonna
yeah,
get
it
kicked
doesn't
out.
make sense for people to do that. I don't get it.
Exactly.
I don't go into a NASA site saying flat Earth, right?
Exactly. It's like keep it to the topic. The topic is melted buildings. So that's what that group's for. You learn melted buildings. Go to the other group for the other stuff. Sometimes it's good stuff. I save some of that stuff. Like, oh shit, that's some good stuff. Let me hold up. Let me save it. I gotta delete it, but I'm gonna save it. Wrong group. But you got some good stuff. Thank you. Oh man, another pocket of survival right here. Look at that. Not a neighbor in sight. These places, boy, you had the whole place to yourself. Just in the middle of nowhere. All you had to do is get there. If you got there, you're all right. But look at this up in here. This wedged up in here, and looks like some stairs going to nowhere. Let me bump that up just a little bit. Definitely this out of place. Looks like some stairs sliding down. course, all this bricks doing tricks here, turning different shapes. Might have been filled in. This here sliding down, melting. Turning into what we would think is natural rock. But you get up here and you start seeing your brick lines again. Over here, your brick lines. It's all squished down, melting, sliding, expanding. And you got your charred and scarred up here. Got a few more picks to go through and get back over to Mark. Same thing here.
No worries, man. Just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate it. You got your small brick, your brick here turned into a small block. You got here all different shapes and different sizes here, like we always see. And this here's all cooked out. Looks solid. They'll tell you the same people. This is how absurd it is. The same people, they were smart and dumb. They know how to use brick, but they also like to dig through rock. Does that make any sense? If you know how to do this, you would never, ever, ever in your life try to do something like this. You would walk over here and you would build everything over here that you needed to build, but you would never, ever start chipping through this stuff here. It would make absolutely no sense, but that's what they want to tell you. And the people who bought a ticket to go here, they'll tell you that too. They'll tell you, I've been there. And they did that because they spent money. What is this? The whole side here, just blasted in with this rendition or something, huh? It's all melting down, sliding away. Balloon rocking, cooked out. Got a few more picks here. Bricks doing tricks, cooking. Not sure about down here. They could have shimmied that up, but I know one thing: they didn't shimmy that right there. The people will say, "Oh yeah, they didn't put this." Yeah, well, they might have. I don't know, but they didn't put this. We know that. They might have put a rock here or there, but we know what this is. These are cooked out bricks. They move stuff around, especially when the tourists come in. But this here is a balloon rock jumping out of it. These are bricks, people. Once were bricks. And then you think that they built like this. We see this all over, right? And nobody builds like this. You would never put the heavy stuff up on top. You want to build like this, you start a foundation first with the heaviest things. Then you go from big to small. You never go from small to big. It'll fumble on you every damn time, trying to take the weight of it. Just like when you stack people on top of your shoulders, you don't take the smallest girl, put her on the bottom, and put the dude on top of her, and then another dude. The girl's flattened. You take the big dude, the strong dude, and then you stack people on top of him. That's just the way it goes. All embedded with this popping out. That's the frequency that came through this place. A different frequency coming through here, causing these bricks to do this, pop out. And they'll tell you that they's built like this. And you give them your money and you believe it. Because why wouldn't we? I mean, hell, I would have believed it before. Why wouldn't you? That was the story. But now you know better. You know, we know what it does. Uh-oh. That's another part of the story right there. They'll always give you this shit right here. They want you to think that all of this stuff is prehistoric and the caveman did it, and they put this up there so you start visualizing yourself as a damn hominid or whatever they call them damn things, and some caveman, and it was sticks and stones and dinosaur bones, and you're digging through these rock walls and oonga boonga.
And somehow they didn't discover these bones and stuff till like just a couple hundred years ago or 300 years ago, whatever the hell.
Exactly. And that concludes. Let's see, how do I get out of here again? Stop, screen, boom. Okay. Where's that camera at? Boom. All right. that concludes my evidence, y'all. Hope you enjoyed it. Any new people out there catching this here, I hope that was kind of give you an idea as far as these different pods of melt that are all over the place. Give you an idea that they're all coming from the same source. It's just different shapes coming out of it, all melting away. So hopefully that was you know help some people out there that's looking at this and trying to still get a good understanding of it.
Man, that was fantastic evidence. Anybody that just arrived in the last 20 minutes or so, I'm having to mute my mic so James doesn't echo. I don't know what's wrong. This has never happened, but it's obviously going through my computer somehow and making him echo, and so that's why I'm muting on and off and what have you. But man, fantastic evidence. Thanks so much for that.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Like, this is like, I really do apologize, James, as far as what's going on. Well, I have to mute and everything.
Hey man, we made it work. We just all good.
Yeah, definitely have. And what I'll do real quick is just play that. Well, I gotta go get it actually real quick.
Thank you, Benny. Steve, Pants.
Wrong button. Hold on. Yeah, this is frustrating as far as having to mute myself. But I'm just gonna play this. It's like 10 minutes, and you can talk. I'll talk back and forth, whatever. But this is for all the people out there, and of course James is fantastic researcher, and he labels everything. And so I'm just gonna just run through some of it's a pre-recorded video of some James's stuff and his labeling everything basically. Let's see.
Well, that's what the people wanted, so.
Like I said, this is just a grain, a smidgen of James's labeling of all his work, and I just threw just random pictures from recent or a while back. But it takes a lot of dedication and time to do all this, and it's just a main reason I want to do the stream with him, even though we're having these technical difficulties. It takes a lot of time, and he's been doing it for years, and he hasn't quit, he hasn't stopped, he still does it just about every day. So kudos to you, man. Thank you so much for all you've done, and
thank you.
And I tell you, when we first went on Spartan Stream, I mean, you were on there the day after the first day I went on there, and man, just always loved hanging out with you. It was great times.
Definitely.
It was full force all the time, and obviously, we just couldn't keep that up, but enjoyed the hell out of it, and much love to you, James, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Who's building that shit up there? I mean, come on. Look at these places. We've seen these places, a lot of us, time and time again, and it makes no sense. So just look at this stuff, man. I mean, this is just, like I said, it's nothing compared to what James just showed, but this is some of his stuff randomly that he's posted. And it's like James was saying earlier, um, the trees and the Titans and all that. I mean, there's no harm against it. It's just this is all we find. This is all I found for years going out there because I was trying to disprove it. I was trying to find what we're walking on, and all I kept running into was bricks, 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 brick and mortar, melted, half brick, half rock, and all these pictures or videos. That's all we keep seeing everywhere. Um, so I haven't disproved it yet. I don't think any of us have.
No.
They got all those bricks on
How you
top.
doing, Jen?
Merge with the mountain. Bricks, blocks. It was all brick. And who's chiseling that in the middle of a mountain? Nobody's going to chisel that in the middle of a mountain.
No.
How do you even get up there? Well, I mean, look at that shit. And you have so many of these, James. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, all the places. And I ran into, like, in 2021, some of your stuff, and you were, like, labeling every picture. I remember that, and I'm like, man, that was so time consuming.
That didn't last
way
too
better
long.
like this. Do what?
That didn't last too long.
No,
that was a lot of work.
It's way too time consuming. And at this point, I mean, like, I don't even care where anything is. And I know you don't either, but you do it for the people out there, all the new people coming in. So outstanding. Look at that. Bricks right in the middle there. Well, it's kind of towards the top, but yeah, right there. Like I said, this is pre-recorded, but and for anybody out there, I mean, if you could just share any of the stuff from any channel, either you're on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, just try to share it. Yeah, that's a crazy place right there. It's in the middle of nowhere. You know, we're just going to get our donkeys, horses, and carts and just go build this on top of rock, supposed
And
rock.
a staff of 280 people.
Yeah. No kidding. Everything they tell us is such bullshit. And just behind this little castle, you got these huge archways. I mean, what's that for? They built an archway into a mountain, huh? The mountain is the building. Just like that. It's just a little left over.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is one of your oldies, I think, too, James. I love this one. Like, here it is. See the arrows? See the circles? Apertures.
Yeah, because you're not looking, you won't see it.
And I do get it's hard if you just tell somebody this stuff and they look at the mountain around them or the rock and they're just like, what the hell are you talking about? And it's easy to understand, but at the same time, it's hard just because we've been so brainwashed. So
yeah.
just over and over again, no matter where you go in this realm, it's all cooked out, melted. Especially all the stands.
All of them.
There we go. So check that out. It'll be live tomorrow night at 8. Hopefully no tech issues like on my end, but so everybody check that out, guys.
Nice. I have to put my setting on.
Yeah, just statues, and like James was saying earlier, so you have statues there, and if it was cooked more or bigger statues, they just that's where the people get the pareidolia from, and saying they were living
Petrified
beings.
people.
Yeah. I mean, everything was in the melt. Iron, trees, wood, people, unfortunately. So, yeah, stuff's going to be mingled in with it, but it's mostly brick mortar covering. And I came across this, you had anything, but just look at the bricks. I mean, just unbelievable amount. And they put different narratives on them. Yeah, Johnny, Friday is a great day for exposing the lies. Yeah, like half bedrooms in there, right against the mountain. Okay. I mean, look at that. It's just, man, if we would have just seen this stuff in school, which that's what school's not for, to learn, really.
A lot of people did see it in school. They just were told a lie.
Yeah.
Field trips and paying money.
Summer straight to the gift shop.
Really? I mean, what are those doing up there? Who paid to put that crap up there? For what? Makes no sense. Man. You talking about take me back there memory lane, Mark? They got me over here about to tear up. Shit. I did that.
Like, damn, I don't remember that shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate that.
No, we all appreciate you. Like I said before, man, all your stuff is just so solid, and from day one, man, however many years ago that was. And I do have one theory. And some people might not like this, but it's just a theory. I have no clue. Most of us we don't have any clue of how this has happened or anything really either. We just see it. We see this total destruction. So it's a touchy subject with religious books. And that's any book. So when all these discoveries, Sodom and Gomorrah and Noah's Ark, and they say they found it in Mount Ararat, and by the way, we have 8 places in the U.S. that's called Mount Ararat. But just think of, say, okay, we know that some bad people survived because this place is not very good right now after the melt. Well, when it melted, however it did the people that survived, that took over this place, they knew where certain things were. Okay, so then you can create a a a destruction or whatever that they say is in the future or will happen again. But if you already know what happened, and then you can control everybody, you can make books or anything with little bits in here or there saying, "Hey, look, this is true in this part of the book, so that the whole book must be true." It's just a theory. I have no idea, but I just really wanted to say that as far as when I have people around me, say that stuff as far as through my life or whatever. But the discoveries that point to stories and books, and then it's a deception as far as it makes people believe in the whole book, and then they're I mean, that's mostly when you're listening to somebody else, like a preacher or something, explain something to you and then ask for 10%. But um, that's just a theory of mine.
That's minimum 10%.
Minimum. Right after the government takes 50.
Yeah. But
James, man, do you want to say? I guess we're just going to get out of here, just because it's. I want to have you back on again, man. I really do appreciate you coming on.
Anytime, brother.
Your evidence was
anytime.
Your evidence was solid. Always is, obviously, and but just because of this mic thing, it's obvious on my end. It's reverbing through his computer somehow. And I can't really pay attention going back to the fourth of the chat and everybody, but I will go through here real quick, and then I'll let James say what he wants to say. Thanks everybody for coming out. We are the church. Yeah, I agree. Everything's within us. Let's see. Thanks, Drake, Curtis, Freya, Jen, Face Diaper earlier, Real Media, just everybody that showed up. I appreciate it. And again, I apologize too many times, but I know it's frustrating when you're hearing echoes and stuff, and hitting this damn mute button over and over again because it's my fault. So anyway, I'll roll it over to James, and then we'll get out of here.
All right. Well, once again, thanks for having me on here, allow me to show my evidence. Kind of had that evidence for a while, and just haven't pulled the trigger to put it out. So it was great timing. Just to be able to show that little demonstration and hang out with you and everyone else. It's always good times. Back to the compliment you give me about my research and stuff. I that research is a combination of everybody else that I've worked with in the past. Just watching people, the way they do things, the expectation that Spartan had as far as the research, the picture quality had to be a certain type of picture quality with Spartan. Working with Shapu wanted more. He didn't want just to hit and run. Like you said before, I had those pictures, and I had probably 80 pictures of different places, all with different names. Well, it made it a little easier when you have one place with one name on it in a folder of pictures. So it makes it easier. And once again, I got that from Shapu. So I just combined the two forces together. I couldn't go wrong. The force of Spartan, the force of Shapu, and made sure I have quality pictures, and make sure I do the research and stay a little bit longer, get more than one pic from one place. Sometimes it may take longer because I'm trying to get something going. If it looks good to me, then I know it's going to look good to everyone else. There's a lot of places that I go to, and I'm sure everyone else goes to, that we just skip through because I don't see the pictures I like. It's just certain things like, I go through and see 20, 30, 40. It's like, you know what, this place ain't it. And I just go to the next place. So I go through sometimes maybe 50 places before I find one place that actually hits. And because sometimes you find a place and there's only 2 or 3 pictures. Like, okay, well, this ain't gonna work. This is a waste of time. So I got to backtrack and go through. So um, working with the people I've worked with and just seeing the things they do is just inspiring and got me to do it my way. Just a combination of everyone else. So it's just the love of everybody, and it's the group that keeps me going. Um, the freedom to be able to put my pictures up there and show them is it helps out, um, and it's everywhere. It's not hard to find. I mean, shit. Patty found it in her basement. I mean, you don't have to go far. So that's the great thing about it, and we just see more and more places and go, wow, they never showed us these places in high school, college, elementary school. They show you the pyramids a few places, but once you see that this is everywhere, then even the people that don't even see the melt know, wait a minute, where all these buildings come from? What is all this shit? What the hell? Who was doing all this stuff? All these so-called third world countries, really? So anyway, I won't keep going, but appreciate the love from everyone. Had a great time hanging out and looking forward for the next one.
Right on, man. Well said.
Right on. Right on.
And man, everybody wanted to see you again, and glad that you came on with me. And much love to you. And hopefully we can do this again, everyone, and we won't have these issues. I'm gonna try. I don't know. It's definitely through my computer some way, so I'm gonna try to fix that. It might just be tonight. Might be the guys controlling shit. They don't want us having smooth stuff. They want us to freak out and stuff. But whatever. So anyway, I appreciate everyone, and again, thank you, James. And
you're welcome, Buddha girl. Thank you.
Much love to everyone.
Much love, great love, one love.
Peace out.
Peace.